Hello there, Zena James here with a look at your weather. Now, in the wider Atlantic, there is a frontal system producing some instability over Bahamas and Cuba, and over Central America, we have a tropical wave. Right now, it is the only tropical wave in the Atlantic because if we look over just east of our islands, what we have is a well-formed ITCZ, but it's not super active. Now, with that being said, as expected, those cloudy conditions really held firm today. So much of that, if we take a look at our satellite, we can see that Trinidad and Tobago was practically disappearing under that blanket of clouds. Not a lot of showers though, only small isolated pockets, and those were focused over eastern and southern Trinidad and just the northwestern tip of Tobago. So heading into tonight, a decent amount of cloudiness will linger at first before we transition to those partly cloudy skies. And with that much moisture still around, we can't rule out a few brief showers over both islands. Now, when it comes to our temperatures, overnight lows will dip to 24 degrees in Trinidad and 25 degrees over in Tobago. Now remember, we're right in that wet days window from the 4th straight to the 10th, according to the Met Service. And for our farmers, I know you're paying very close attention. Now with these wetter days lined up and with that supermoon influence, which I'll get into in a bit, tomorrow is a good day to get those above ground crops going. So think pak choy, beans, cucumbers, and tomatoes. Now, after the 5th, you can turn your focus to those root crops like cassava, yam, and sweet potatoes, my favorite. So speaking of those wet conditions, this week, Wednesday, is holding on to be the wettest day of the week thus far. So after sunrise, which should come in just before 6 a.m., we're looking at another very moist day. So we'll start off mostly sunny, but precipitation chances will bump up to 70%, possibly bringing more showers than we saw today, and a low chance for thunderstorm development. Now for Tobago, we will see a similar pattern with the bulk of the activity a bit later down in the day, so afternoon to evening time for Tobago. And when we look at our temperatures, it will trend a bit lower, around 31 degrees for Trinidad and 30 degrees for Tobago. Now for my stargazers and moon watchers, tonight marks the first appearance of the full moon. And I say the first appearance because we will see it again tomorrow, but this one's not just a full moon, it's a supermoon. That means the moon is just a bit closer to the Earth in its orbit, so it appears larger and brighter than a regular full moon. Now, once the weather allows us to see it, of course, and if the clouds spoil your view tonight, you could see it tomorrow, and if you don't see it tomorrow, we have another super full moon on the horizon on December 4th. Now, with that full moon comes spring tides, of course, so we'll continue to see those more extreme high and low tides. Other than that, seas remain moderate with wave heights up to 2 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Now that's all for your Tuesday night weather. I am Zena James. Have a safe and enjoyable evening ahead.